My name is Sandra Hindman. I'm the owner of the gallery Les Enluminures, and today I've invited André Jam to speak with us on our exhibition, Stone and Photography. So let me introduce André Jam, who very graciously agreed to come, bookseller in Paris, historian of typography, and historian collector of early photography. André.
There is some exaggeration in that word of historian. In fact, we collected photographs with my wife about 50 years ago, and at that time the subject was completely neglected. So we were obliged to be historian of our collection. This is a limit. And looking at your marvelous fragments of sculpture, we are in the same position as Frenchmen after the French Revolution. They discovered immediately after the Revolution that France had lost a large part of medieval works of art, and the monuments have been either destroyed or badly damaged. But France had also lost her spirituality, her religious spirituality, and slowly that pious spirituality joined little by little the romantic feeling of writers and poets of that period, and that mixing of religious and romantic obliged the French government and official to make an inventory of the treasures which are to be repaired. La Commission des Monuments Historiques began to establish the itineraries of restorations. At that period, in 1839, arrived the discovery of photography by Daguerre, and suddenly it was possible to compare those romantic visions of archaeological remainders with the exact reproduction made by photography. The progress of photography after 1839 until 1860 about were extremely rapid. At the beginning, the photographers used a special paper, coated paper, which was the negative translucid paper, slightly greasy, which was called at that period the calotype. That process made beautiful pictures which were with a velvet aspect, which was also a little romantic. It was the last gasp of Romanticism. And the works of Henry Le Sec, which are on the walls here, are a perfect example of those calotypes. But the technique evolves rapidly, and the large glass plates made with collodion with extremely fine details and generally in large size were more convenient for the study. The Frères Bisson were certainly the most clever in that field. Sandra Hindman, who is also an art historian herself, has avoided this pitfall in juxtaposing medieval objects with archaeological photo. Le Sec, Pécaret, Marville, and many others are presenting churches and palaces and many monuments. The original pieces, which are in contact with photographs, the original pieces represent all France, l'ancienne France du Baron Taylor, and the photo permit to place the sculpture in their context. The photo describes and reduced in 2 dimensions, of which Sandra Hindman, the object of which Sandra Hindman offers the 3 dimensions. The 2 categories of objects here exhibited complement each other magnificently.
Andre, you said that when I showed you the photographs, you told me which one was your favorite. So let's go and look at it together and tell me why this is your favorite photograph among the ones here.
There is a few reasons for which this is my preferred image, because it's made by Marville, who is certainly one of the greatest photographers of the period. He made that photograph in 1853 with the calotype process, and after that, in the 60s, he made wonderful images with the collodion process. So he was a perfect photograph using all the processes. The second reason is an image which has all the photographic qualities. Marville succeeded in playing in a marvelous manner with light and shadows, and also for a historic point of view, it's an important image because, as you know, the Cathedral of Reims has been partly damaged during the First World War, and this is an image of the cathedral as it was before any restoration. This is one of the reasons why we must thank enormously Sandra Hindman for her beautiful idea of that exhibition, and also Serge Plantureux, who brought here a series of his masterpieces from his stock of photographs. And I assume that mixing photographs and sculpture, as it has been done in that exhibit, is a new chapter in the history of photography.
Thank you so much, Andre. That was wonderful. Thank you.